They say a legislative reform is successful when it's based on the public-private partnership, dialogue, and trust, while involving the actors it impacts in the making. This simple truth has been the basis for the development of the world's leading economies and the ultimate target for developing countries. 2007, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development has started the establishment of the investment councils in 11 countries to serve as a platform for public-private dialogue, where business associations and policymakers can come together to tackle investment climate-related legislative issues and enact business-oriented reforms. Armenia enjoyed the privilege to be the first country where the EBRD established an investment council in partnership with the Government of Armenia based on the Prime Minister's Decree 2011. Under the coordination of the Investment Council of Armenia, SME Development Council was created, comprising government officials and 11 business associations representing over 900 businesses. Through council meetings chaired by the Prime Minister or Deputy Prime Minister of Armenia on a regular basis, more than 25 large-scale business-oriented reforms developed by the IC Armenia experts team have been adopted, including 2012, introduction of the turnover tax regime in Armenia, 0% profit tax, VAT exemption and sales tax of 5% for SMEs. Within 10 years of its implementation, 43,000 SMEs impacted, 86,000 workplaces created. 2013, inspection reforms, optimizing the number of inspection bodies and introducing risk-based systems for the implementation of inspections amongst the SMEs in Armenia, the reform that led to higher transparency and administrative costs cuts for more than 70,000 plus SMEs. 2014, law on state support to IT sector. IT startups in Armenia with less than 30 employees to pay 0% business taxes for 5 years, while their workers pay a decreased 10% of personal income tax. In 8 years of implementation, 1,400 IT startups were established under the regime, and 7,000 new workplaces created, with the tech sector average annual growth in Armenia reaching 26%. 2015, simplification of procedures to issue certificate of origin. Reform impacted 600 exporters, ensuring smoother entrance of the Armenian products to the countries of destination. 2016, simplification of customs clearance procedures. Exemption from customs in case of trading under 200 EUR goods, allowing Armenian exporters to send samples of their products during the B2B negotiations, customs-free. 2017, simplified procedures on foodstuff products imports. The certificates required for importing foodstuff products have been optimized, benefiting 1,200 SMEs engaged in import activities in Armenia. 2019, leasing reform. The reform has simplified the possibilities of leasing utilization in Armenia and introduced subleasing as a new term in the legislation. Leasing portfolio in the country has increased 3 times within 3 years, benefiting 150 SMEs. 2020, Economy Modernization Governmental Decree. Through the scheme amid COVID-19, subsidized loans have been provided for manufacturing companies to modernize their equipment. State investments of over $30 million to modernize 50 factories in Armenia, while the manufacturing sector in 2 years has grown by 21%. 2020, based on the agreement between the EBRD and the UK government, the Investment Council of Armenia is supported by the EBRD and funded by the UK government's Good Governance Fund. 2021, SME simplified participation in public procurement. Through the reform, the guarantee conditions for SME participation in the bids have been eased, ensuring better access for more than 43,000 plus SMEs in Armenia. 2022, talent-favoring legislation for highly qualified specialists in Armenia. The scheme implies monthly cashback of up to 70% and not more than $4,500 on the salaries of highly qualified professionals employed in Armenia. The scheme targets to attract annually at least 400 professionals from abroad. 15 years, 1,000 plus meetings with SMEs, 40 council and sub-council meetings chaired by Prime Minister or Deputy Prime Minister, 25 plus business-oriented reforms, 80,000 plus SMEs impacted. Yet beyond numbers, first and foremost, the IC Armenia experts team with over 2 decades of local and international experience, through its work and commitment, invests daily in changing lives by creating the legal basis for a business-friendly environment. Investment Council of Armenia. Successful reforms since 2007.